What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Marvelous Chats YouTube channel. My name's Hoffman. I'm here with Finto and Zaberwolf, and this week we're talking about Obi Wan Kenobi, Episode 5. And before we get into Finto's just like, just Finto's gonna go nuts in this episode. Before we get there, make sure you leave a like and a subscription on the channel if you guys are liking this content and liking the new way that we're posting all this. We just got our YouTube URL, the Marvelous Chats or Marvelous Chats. So thank you guys for the support and subscribing to the channel and getting us to that mark. So with that, Finto. Obi Wan Kenobi this week, it opened up with your boy Anakin and Obi Wan dueling. How do you feel about the episode?
Bro, I swear to God, the episode started and I just saw Coruscant and I was like, whoa, hang on a second. I was like, we haven't seen Coruscant yet. And then I saw the back of Anakin's head, and I don't know if my girlfriend was here right now, she'd be laughing, but I sat up in the seat and I screamed. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's happening. Because we've been wanting the flashbacks for so long. And we just got to see it. This was, if anyone needs clarification on it, these scenes, these training scenes took place during or just before Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, because Anakin still has the lightsaber that he had that broke in that film, and he still has his right arm as well, which was chopped off by Count Dooku, as we know. But my God, yeah, the video was amazing. I just loved seeing Mullen Obi-Wan from Episode 2 as well. It was great. I'm such a prequel fan. I was 10 years old when Episode 1 came out. I was the same age as Anakin. I just connected with the character so much. And then as I was growing up, so was Anakin. And, I watched Episode 2 and 3 when I was a teenager. And it was just, those for me are the most magical times that I've ever had in Star Wars. So for me to be a grown man and sitting down watching this episode and getting to see Anakin and Obi-Wan train together again during this time was just so special to me. I cannot express enough. And I just loved how it was this episode was just, if the writing was so much better, the way that the episode was shot and how they were kind of weaving in and out of the flashbacks, and it seems like the two of them were sharing the flashback, because when during the flashback, if it was Anakin that made a mistake, it would shoot to Obi-Wan, and then if the vice versa, so it was as if they were both kind of sharing the memory nearly, and I don't know if that was done on purpose, but that's the kind of way you feel watching it. I had to rewatch the episode twice because that's how good it was to me. I just loved it. What did you guys think?
You go for it, Zaber. Let us know, baby.
All right. I thought it was a fantastic episode. I think it was very funny at times as well, in terms of what was going on. Which, there was these heartfelt moments, and then you'd get these other moments of Leia's gonna handle this, or oh well, there's that one guy who was being the grifter, and you already know the comedy's gonna be there just a little bit, but they didn't overtone it. They kept it very serious, and I love that. I loved everything about that, because we needed some seriousness. We needed some heartfelt moments. We needed a loss, because at this point now, from these episodes, we only saw that we got a rescue scene, nothing really happening as far as going to different areas, and it just felt like it was losing its touch. And then when we get to Episode 5, and then we're seeing these just all these stormtroopers just going nuts, that battering ram situation, Reva getting close to the door, turning on the lightsaber of you just messed up kind of situation. And it felt like a Star Wars movie for that moment. And it was so fun. It was so enjoyable. I love that heartfelt moment with the bomb situation, the robot getting taken down, and then it's a lot to bring in. And then the Vader scene, that was the coolest moment we got to see with Vader.
Screaming. I was screaming.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, and that kind of mirrors into as well just what I was saying with, it went back to the flashback, and Obi-Wan drops the line that, you will always lose because you are just too laser focused on winning, and that you will always be a Padawan. And then it cuts to that scene. Vader makes the mistake and they get away, and it's kind of that's Vader. That's Obi-Wan proving to Vader yet again that you are still the Padawan.
Yeah, that I think that's the most genius thing they did this entire episode, was using their earlier duels of when Anakin was legitimately his Padawan, as framing the entire episode and coming in and out of it and using it as a storytelling mechanic. Where in like the Book of Boba Fett, they would just kind of show what happened to Boba Fett in the years between the two movies, right? And it wasn't really impacting the episode. Where this one is like really enhancing the episode because of the flashbacks, because of the scenes they were doing it with. For me, this episode is obviously the best one in Kenobi, but I still feel like there's a lot of highs and lows for me where there's a lot of stuff that I love. Darth Vader pulling the ship apart like he did. His duel with Reva, which we can get to in a little bit, was some of the best lightsaber fighting we've ever seen. But then there's a lot of lows for me where things just don't make sense. The idea that Reva has now survived 2 lightsaber strikes to like what he just like put it in the old hole so like goes in and out. Like I don't understand that. Where everything just kind of feels small when Reva and Obi-Wan are like whispering through the big blast doors, and like the stormtroopers are just standing there like, well, we didn't hear none of that.
Twiddling their thumbs like, okay, we'll wait for orders.
And like they're there the whole scene. Obi-Wan was like surrendering himself, and like the stormtroopers see he's doing it. Like it just there's like weird small moments in the show that I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me, and it drags everything else down.
Yeah.
But seeing the duel between Aiden and Ewan McGregor was just amazing. I love seeing that. There were a lot of highs. The Grand Inquisitor coming back.
Yeah.
That dude is so fucking sassy. I loved it, dude. Like
he looked so much better now than he did at the start of the show. It was as if they gave him a makeover halfway through the show, and they kind of realized at the start, look, we can't go back and reshoot this stuff, but we can at the end make him look really cool, because he looked really menacing at the end, but at the start of the show he looked ridiculous. So I gotta agree. Like the lowest points of the episode for me are definitely anything around Reva. Like how she as a youngling survived that stab against Anakin, and I've seen a lot of people talking in the community about how maybe it was like symbolism or something like that. I'm like,
that's what I thought.
It really looks like he did stab her though, because like you can see her face is lit up blue, and he pulls away. You know what I mean? He actually makes that pull away action, and then she falls to the floor. So I would think yes, she's been stabbed. How she survived, I have no idea. Like Qui-Gon Jinn's watching from beyond the Force, and he's like, "What the hell's going on? Everyone's getting stabbed in the chest, and they're all surviving, and I died." Like, it's a bit ridiculous. No. And I just like, I couldn't stand the whole talking through the gate, and then after why did those 2 stormtroopers pick up Obi-Wan and walk him back into the base? I thought that was really strange. Like, it's like, what, like, would the stormtroopers not all be like, and especially like the purge troopers, would they not be thinking like, why is she sending Obi-Wan back? And then it's like Vader's coming in. It's like it looked like a clear trap was being set. It was just ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand why he went back in. How he was allowed to go back in was just outrageous to me.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking with the younglings. What I was thinking with the younglings was that she wasn't getting stabbed. It was the others that were getting stabbed by her. And then probably him seeing that there's something about her that could be bringing about the dark side. Maybe she had like this anger in her eyes, and then he brought her back or something like that.
It's the way
to stab a youngling though. It's like, it seems like that would be instant death.
That's what it should be, And I think that's the line that the Grand Inquisitor says. I think it's like something along like, the revenge is like such an incentive for survival. And I think it was kind of mirroring what she had done. Like, she was surviving Anakin's attack to, get into a position to potentially kill him. Like, so, I don't know.
I just took it as like when we see Anakin from Revenge of the Sith or whatever, when he's like executing Order 66 and we see him pulling his lightsaber back and he's lit, like I took that as that's what she's seeing instead of Darth Vader in her mind. When Darth Vader is about to stab her, she's flashing in her own mind, thinking she still sees Anakin, she still sees herself as a kid.
So you guys don't think she was stabbed twice, just once?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I hope they clear that up, because there's a lot of people that think she's been stabbed twice.
Yeah,
me included.
But like also the lightsaber fight between them, I mean, come on, bro. Like seeing Darth Vader at like his peak Darth Vader, where he's not even using a lightsaber to fight her. He didn't
use his own lightsaber. He was I just loved the bit where he threw the lightsaber to her. Like, he broke it in half and he just throws her one as like a pity thing. I was like, that is the most badass thing Vader's ever done. I loved it. It was incredible.
Well, it shows that he learned from Obi-Wan, like from a bit of his mistakes, although he's still rash. Like, he learned that Obi-Wan was right. Like, you there's other things other than a lightsaber to use when you're in combat, and
Mm-hmm.
it shows. Like he learned from his mistakes. Like he uses the Force. He makes sure that he doesn't get attacked at any point. And can we just talk about that sneak attack? If it was a sneak attack by Reva, like who does that? Who
he
who
can
brings
send
out the lightsaber?
he can send
screams at her.
he can sense Obi-Wan from like off planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think he's not gonna like sense her sneaking up behind him? Like so
That's
stupid,
why
dude.
They could do like the littlest things. Like Vader could have been trying to stop the second ship from taking off, and that's when she sneaks up. Like it's just such an easy moving of timing that makes everything feel better. And it's just not a lot of stuff makes sense because it's just weird that the other ship took off and he didn't even try to stop it.
Yeah,
like it could have been an easy win from there.
I kind of understand maybe, you know, the surprise, and then like, you know, he doesn't have enough time to actually try and reach for it and grab it and bring it down. But I think when he was trying to pull down the first one, that's when she should have attacked, when he was focusing on the first one, because he's blind with rage at that stage, and he's like ripping the doors off and the walls off the side of the ship. Like that's when you attack.
Yep.
But she's just sat back and did
even
nothing.
on?
Sorry?
Was the ship even on, or was anybody like in that ship?
I presume there was. I don't know if it was on autopilot, maybe, or something, or maybe like one pilot decided to, you know, sacrifice himself. But yeah, I gotta say, because I think I was talking to you offline about this, Hoffman. When I first watched it, when the second ship took off, I just screamed. I was like, bullshit. I was like, I didn't see a second ship at all. And I had to go back and rewatch it and like freeze frame it. I was like, oh, there is a ship kind of hiding in the background there.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, like at first glance, I was like, what the hell did that happen? Like, I was like, excuse me? Yeah.
And I'll say, just to kind of like wrap up our discussion, I'm very nervous about the next episode. I'm very nervous about the message from Bail Organa, how this is going to affect canon. You know, the hyperdrive on Kenobi's ship is taken out. And then you got Bail Organa, who's like, hey, everything we're hiding Obi-Wan is on Tatooine. Like how is this happening where only incompetence moves the story forward? It feels like the worst part of Star Wars, where in Star Wars they used to like, it used to be people's hubris. That's how you took the plot forward. And now it's just like people being dumb. Like, oh, I dropped the message. Bail Organa really like Bail Organa is like the worst person we could have gave Leia to. Like he lets her get captured, and then he spills the bean to Obi-Wan. Like, why does he just go to Tatooine on his own to look after Luke? Yeah. Why does he gotta send a message?
Also, to put a bit of fault on Obi-Wan as well, he should have deleted that message after reading it. It's such sensitive material.
Yeah, he should have broke it.
Yeah, or like just deleted it, like, you know, whatever, you know, mark it as read, let it go to trash, like whatever. You know, it's so stupid, dude. And
you gotta advance the plot sometime.
I gotta just say as well, and I won't speak of any specifics, but it's looking like those leaks are going to be true.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We're going into the final one, and we're on track for the leaks. So, I'm very scared, and I think in the next video we're gonna have a very, very big discussion on our hands. Because it's going to be very interesting. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for our episode 5 discussion. If you guys enjoyed the content here, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on our next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.